is up, everybody, and welcome back to another Madden 17 online connected franchise mode game. We continue with year 4 of the Primetime Football League. It is week 5, and we are going against the Carolina Panthers as Ladarius Green gets popped trying to pass the football. Jacoby Brissett is the quarterback now for the Panthers, and he tries to squeeze one in, and he gets intercepted by Sean Lee. Ball bounced up in the air for a couple of seconds, and Sean Lee took advantage. No more Cam Newton. It's a new era of Carolina Panthers football, and it hasn't started off too well. The Panthers are 1-3 entering this game as Tyler Lockett running with the ball. Oh, what a joke move, and he takes it to a goal line situation for the Seahawks. Russell Wilson on the run, finding Wall, the third string tight end, for the touchdown, and the Seahawks, who enter this game with an undefeated record of 4-0, looking to continue the early season magic and make it 5-0, trying to ride Russell Wilson and rookie PHENOM Pearson Bronson, as right now it's all about the defense getting the job done. Bogle with the interception. Bogle's had a fantastic start to this season as Bronson not able to get much. Next play, back to Bronson, trying to get some rushing lanes, nearly gets the first down, but that ball will go in Russell Wilson's hands on the screen, and Bacon gets the first down on 3rd down and 5. Not a goal line situation here. We can't get a first down if we get the ball 2-1 as we squeeze one in for Wilson, but it is incomplete. Draw play, that's gonna go nowhere. Absolutely blown up. 3rd down and 10. It's a screen for Procise. Oh, but Procise falls down, can barely handle the ball, not given a chance to try to get the first down on the play, and the field goal unit comes out. Stephen Hauschka up and good. Early 10-0 lead for the Seahawks, looking good right now. Want to continue riding our defense because he seems to be making a couple of unforced errors, so as long as we can continue putting him in bad situations, hopefully he can unravel, especially with Jacoby Brissett at the quarterback position. Not exactly the most elite quarterback, and not even an elite running game as he fumbles the football, and it's picked up by KJ Wright. Seahawks touchdown again, 17-0. We haven't even finished the first quarter yet, and once again these unforced errors letting the pass rush get at Brissett. He hasn't established any sort of running game despite all of these troubles passing the football as he hits a play action pass to Ladarius Green. Here's a pitch outside, but that is blown up. Latavius Murray and James White are the running backs as Latavius Green, I believe it is. Ladarius Green. It's kind of a mixing thing. It's Ladarius, but that's Latavius who just got big hit, and that's Latavius who just got injured. So now it's just James White. Don't even worry about Latavius Murray as that pass is caught in the middle of the field. The Panthers finally getting some sort of momentum in this game as the screen pass fought off. James White is in for the touchdown. Look close, but they call it good. James White fighting up the Cam Chancellor tackle attempt right there and getting into the end zone. But one touchdown doesn't solve world hunger for the Carolina Panthers or anything close to that as Pearson Bronson running outside. Sure, they might have the offense figured out, but they got to get their defense figured out because this has been pretty successful so far for the Seahawks, despite the fact that they've been given short field position so far. 2nd down and 4. Russell Wilson just making it look easy right now. Moving around the pocket, finding the open man, 6 for 7 passing early on in the game. Pearson Bronson not able to get much on that rush, but right now Russell Wilson's got that good feeling in his fingertips, and he delivers another dot to Walden, just finding the open seams in this Panthers defense, trying to keep the ball away from Kuechly, and that time we do. Walden gets the ball to the 4. Next play, Bronson nearly got in there, stuffed at the 1. Now here comes a stretch with Bronson, but that's absolutely blown up. Shaq Thompson meets him back there. Next play. This is a stout Carolina front 7, and K1 Short, one of the guys there who left I believe CJ Procise short of the end zone, and we end up settling for our second field goal of the day with Stephen Hauschka. But still, despite the fact that we drove all the way downfield to get a field goal, successful results. We're putting a lot of pressure on his defense and forcing his offense to produce more than he would probably like to against this elite Seattle Seahawks defense. As James White gets that catch, makes it a 3rd down and 5. Midway through the 3rd, that is nearly but not caught. 4th down. This is the punting unit running a fake, and the ball just gets lost in all that mess. It looked like a pass attempt by the fullback, but it was just blown up somehow, some way, and that was just not a good decision, because now once again the Seahawks get good field position to start off this drive as we hit the 2-minute warning. Third down, out route, Tyler Lockett. First down for the Seahawks, moving the chains. Definitely going to try to be smart with this football, with this clock, as Walden is taken down. Second down and 12. Wilson got some time until he's met in the backfield by K-Wan Short. Next play, here's the blitz again. This is what the Panthers need to do. They need to make Russell Wilson uncomfortable, because it looked too easy for most of the first half throwing that football. And with the last 45 seconds of the first half, if the Panthers could get up some points on the board, especially a touchdown, that would be huge, because the Seahawks do get ball coming out of halftime. Second down and 3. Here's Brissett outside. Got his man. That's Ladarius Green. Latavius is out the game. That's Ladarius. This is a bomb downfield, and it's dropped. Oh, that nearly was the big play the Panthers needed. That is not the big play they needed. Frank Clark with the sack, loss of 10. Last play of the first half, just chucking it up, and Richard Sherman helps bat that ball down. We head to the start of third. The Panthers not able to take advantage of that one last possession. Instead, the Seahawks come back with the football, up by 13, and going to be starting deep in their own territory after this flag comes out. Wasn't that good of a return anyways. Cam Chancellor called for the flag, and now we start at our own 9-yard line. This is the first game we played this season that has been remotely close at the start of the second half, that we've actually had to pass the football in. So we'll see if our offense can respond to a little bit of pressure. Here's Bronson, third down, pitch, first down. The result of that play, along with a gain of 11 yards. We only needed 1 in that play, got a lot more. Next play, Wilson feeling the pressure, just throws it away. Had an open man, but just feeling that immediate pressure forces you to make reads that you don't want to make, or just throwing it away because you feel the pressure. Third down and 1, Wilson under pressure again, but this time he finds the open man. That's Walden in for the 61-yard touchdown. Big play, and that's gonna put the Seahawks up 21 points. The 2-point conversion makes it a full 3-touchdown game. If you're wondering why we went for a 2-point conversion up that many points, it's just to even up the score in case he makes some miraculous comeback and, gets 3 touchdowns in a row, that he doesn't straight up win the game, that he only ties the game as he bombs it downfield. Westbrook had a step on Sherman, but it's incomplete. Brissett off target and on the ground as Mike Morgan sacks him. That was a golden opportunity. Wide open, Brissett just overthrew the pass. And that's when you question the front office for trading away Cam Newton, who can definitely make that throw, as Jimmy Graham loses the football on the ground and picked up by the Panthers. It's just, you can only get so many of these breaks, but eventually you got to execute. And right now, especially Jacoby Brissett, the quarterback position is not executing. Play action. Here's Brissett, second down, under pressure, and making a bad read. Sean Lee with the interception. His second of the day, spun out of bounds by Brissett's just somewhat of an attempt right there. Just able to get him out of bounds. Here's Bronson on the very next play. The 10, the 5, the rookie's in. Touchdown, Seahawks. 35-7 game, and at this point this one is looking like a wrap, as that's caught. That's Westbrook right there, and that's a big time play. Next play, now here's Brissett forcing a pass to Richard Sherman, intercepted yet again. You can hear the frustrations from the Panthers owner. I think he was live streaming this game, and at a certain point he was getting pretty mad. And at this point in the game, we're gonna skip over a couple of plays. I'm not gonna show every single play because there's actually another game in this video. The next week's game in the CFM is also in this video, so don't go anywhere. But I definitely want to show off the closeout of this game, show you guys some of the important plays, like this third down and 1 that Bronson gets for a first, and Pearson Bronson gonna win the race to the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. 42. Wait, let me not second guess myself. It is indeed 42-7. You also heard my opponent, he got really mad after that play. He said keep running up the score, which I really don't know what he's upset about, because I was running the football. I ran the football every single play in the second half after that first drive we had of the second half, which is what we've done for the entire season. We just ran the football a lot. And as a result, Pearson Bronson has gotten a lot of carries, since that's all we can really do. You don't want to run up the score in these kind of games, and at the same time, you're actually not allowed to run up the scores in these CFM games. I don't know if I've ever mentioned it before, but there actually is a pretty strict rule that at a certain point, you're not allowed to stat pad. You're not allowed to run up the score. So you can't just pass the football every single time. And at the same time, you don't want to get your players injured. So it's not smart and it's not respectful. So there's a number of incentives to not do it. Hence why we're just running the football here and why I'm skipping all these plays. I'm running it every single play. And at a certain point, he does catch on. He does end up stopping our running plays. So it's just up to him to run a couple of offensive plays. And once this drive ends, no matter what happens, as it's intercepted by Richard Sherman, we're just going to need a football here. And as long as he doesn't call his timeouts, that is going to be GG. And we're going to go 5-0 to start the season. And that's exactly what we do. He does not call his timeouts. We take our victory. Now let's check out some stats before we head into next week's game against the Cleveland Browns. You see Russell Wilson had a fantastic day. Didn't throw the ball much, like I said. Threw it a little bit more than we have so far this season. As you see Bronson with 20 carries and 173 yards. Keep in mind, for the first 3 seasons of the CFM, not only have we not ran the ball successfully, we barely even ran the ball. I'm not a big running person in Madden, and I'm still not. This hasn't really changed anything. It's just that, one, we keep on playing in these massive blowouts where we have to run the ball every single play in the second half, and 2, we are having some success running the football, so might as well try to stick with it and have more of a balanced attack, try to open up more play action plays in this game, and it's working. It's working a lot more than we had Blackshear last year. He's got 92 speed, so that, as long as you don't have speed, that works good enough. The dude's a 70 overall, but it works out there. So you see the Browns definitely do not have a good record. They definitely do not have a win yet this season. So this is looking like a little bit of a mismatch. A Seahawks team that hasn't lost yet, and a Browns team that hasn't won yet. But that's why they play the game of football. You never know what can happen on any given Sunday. Here's the Seahawks with Russell Wilson on second down. We got the ball first, and we have a 3rd down and 5 early on. Wilson looking to pass. Wilson stepping up and throwing it to Walden, and looked like he was going to take off. Instead, Walden takes off and gets all the way to the 16-yard line. Little dink and throw right there. Gets us in the red zone. Next play, the end zone. Tyler Lockett celebrating that touchdown, and the Seahawks go up 7 quickly. For the Browns, it's early in the game. Oh man, I can't even make my point because the ball is fumbled and picked up by Seattle. What I did want to say, as Bronson running the football and getting a nice game, might have been a touchdown, we had some better blocking, is that you don't want to make mistakes early in this game. And the Browns made a mistake before their offense even stepped on the field. 1st down and goal. Russell Wilson, well protected. Only 4 on the rush. Leaves the pocket. Throws the ball in the end zone. It's Lockett again. His 2nd touchdown. And we're not even halfway done with the 1st quarter of the game. And this time, the Browns managed to not fumble the football. Their offense comes on the field already down 2 touchdowns. That's a terrible feeling. Already, you're knocked out of your rhythm. You might not be able to run the football as much as you like. And if you guys notice Browns franchise in this CFM, it's not the same owner who got Isaiah Crowell back-to-back MVPs and made back-to-back Super Bowls the first 2 seasons of this CFM, but Isaiah Crowell is still out there, and you definitely still want to get him touches, but it won't be as much now as you see Jameis Winston, actually, the guy running the football. That's a throw. That's a catch by the tight end. And quick work by this Browns team. The first time they step on the field, they're actually showing some promise. So as long as their defense can hang on to their special teams, it might be a little bit of a good game. But first, we got to see if they can punch in the end zone. That's Crowell's first carry of the game, I believe. Didn't get much. 2nd down, 5 wide. Jameis Winston, the quarterback, under pressure. Only actually loses a yard on that play, trying to throw that drag route. 3rd down. That dump down is not going to move the chains. Corey Coleman with the catch. But the field goal unit comes out. Kicks up and good. For the Browns, though, it almost feels like a lost drive. For as much success as they had on that drive, gaining momentum quickly, getting across midfield, they kind of lost steam towards the end of it, and a couple of really conservative play calls cost them a chance to punch it in the end zone. And now their Browns defense comes out. We'll see if they can stop the Seahawks offense right now, because right now this offense is rocking and rolling. Here's Bronson, good blocking outside. Had a step and nearly took it all the way. Still a big gain nonetheless. Next play, screen pass. That's not going to go anywhere. 2nd down and 12. Russell Wilson, ball in his hands again. Looking to pass early and often. And that's another completion. What a catch by Tyler Lockett, who's having a big time first half. Next play, Doug Bowen on the catch. There's an injury though, and it's Doug Bowen holding his back. The number 1 wide receiver for the Seattle Seahawks is on the ground and hurt as the offense comes back out. Incomplete pass. 2nd down. Bronson with the football. Bronson blown up, losing 2 yards. 3rd down and goal. Still no Baldwin in the game. Russell Wilson rolling out, hitting. That's Bacon, who is in for Doug Baldwin, but not able to get in the end zone. And Doug Baldwin has broken ribs, out for the game and definitely out for a couple of weeks. So that's a big injury in a game that, you know, maybe we'll win, but we definitely lost a piece of our offense in Doug Baldwin, a key contributor. The good news is, after this game against the Browns, we actually have a bye week. So Doug Baldwin's going to have an extra week to rest up without us missing him for a game, but we'll see how long he is out. We'll see what the diagnostics is as Richard Sherman puts on the big hit, forcing the incompletion. 3rd down and 10. Jameis Winston taking a shot downfield, 1-on-1, and Earl Thomas shows why he's one of the best free safeties in the league still at that point, just swatting that ball out. When many people have just got aggressive caught on, he swatted that out, and Pearson Bronson's got the edge. Bronson once again having a big time game, looking for a 100-yard rushing game once again in this season, entering the game as the leading rusher in the league as that pass is incomplete. Wilson right now is just shredding up this Browns defense, just putting on a show, putting on an absolute clinic, just doing whatever he wants. Here's 3rd down. This is the catch to Tyler Lockett, and a 1st down once again as we move it past midfield. Russell Wilson, here's the blitz, and intercepted off the hands of Jimmy Graham, and that's Christian Kirksey with the interception as they run the screen pass for Crowell. And Crowell, I don't know if he was lagging right there, but he ran straight out of bounds. I gotta believe that he was lagging or something like that, because there's no reason he would willfully do that as he gets intercepted on the next play. I don't think lag really affected that one. That was just a bad read and probably a good play by us. And at the same time, you just don't put your hands in the cookie jar, because especially when Bogle's in there, it's an interception. A 2nd down. Wilson trying to step up. He gets taken down by Ogba. 3rd down and long. Only rushing 3. Wilson able to roll out and throw across his body and get intercepted for the 2nd time in the first half. That's Jason McCourty, the veteran, on the interception. The first interception, not Russell Wilson's fault as Sherman swats that ball away. The second one, absolutely on us right there. That was just a bad read, trying to force it as he lobs it again. Oh, nearly had the defense burnt. Probably had the defense burnt. Just needed a good pass from Jameis Winston, and that's not it. Bogle got it, running by Jameis Winston into the end zone. Bogle gets a pick 6 and puts the Seahawks up 24-3. That is a game-changing set of plays, potentially pretty much a 14-point swing. Had a receiver, I believe it was Corey Coleman, that burnt the defense, and Jameis overthrew him. Next play, Jameis throws a pick 6. So instead of having a 10-17 game, now it's 24-3, and here's Jameis just absolutely collapsing right now against the Legion of Boom. There's Earl Thomas once again freestyling out there, getting the interception. The offense back on the field, only 12 seconds to work with, but still all 3 timeouts and a chance to get in the field goal range. Here's Bronson on the counter, a good couple of yards, but 7 seconds left, the chance to only run one more play probably. Here's Bacon on the catch. Bacon, the speedster. Remember, he's only on the roster because he's got 96 speed, and he showed it off right there. He just ran a really conservative 2-man underplay, and I just put him on a slant, and it ended up working out. Thankfully, he got down. We were able to call a timeout, and Steven Hauschka kicks the field goal, and we have a 24-point lead heading into the second half of the game. The Browns do get the football, but we'll see what they can do. He definitely won the deep ball, but he got sacked before he could release it. 2nd down. Once again, he wants the deep ball, but we're sending pressure. Cornerback in on the blitz. 3rd down and forever. Got a catch right there, but still nowhere close to moving those chains, and on 4th down, the field goal unit, or the punting unit comes into the game, punting to Bacon, who receives, who's trying to cut it left side, but runs into his own man. Bacon's still trying to keep the play alive, reversing fields. Look at this, Bacon's got some space. We can make something happen. He does get pushed out of bounds, but at the end of the day, it looked like it was going to be a punt return of like 10 yards. We got 12 out of it, so it's not the worst thing in the world. But that one dude who was not blocking anybody, what were you doing exactly there, buddy? Shout out to Madden 17 blocking once again, as that's Jimmy Graham. Jimmy Graham hasn't made a big impact in many games this season, but, I mean, he's there. At this point, he's just a veteran presence. He's not as fast as he once was. At this point in the CFM, he has 78 speed, so, you know, it's harder for him to get open. But when he does get open, he's more than often going to make that catch. So we definitely like that as we hit Graham in the flat. And he gets the catch, but it's not going to get much. 3rd down at 6. We're looking for Graham in the middle, wide open, and he gets the touchdown. There's no way you can leave Jimmy Graham that open in the end zone with the threat he is as they fumble the ball. Jameis loses it. Yet another turnover on Jameis Winston's resume today as 2nd down and goal. As you can tell, we're starting to skip a couple of plays in this game at this point of the video because It's 41-3. The outcome is pretty much not in doubt, and definitely not in doubt now, because Jameis Winston is just playing like a clown. That's another interception. That's Bogle's third of the game. That could get Bogle Defensive Player of the Week. Interception, return for a touchdown, a couple of tackles, and 2 more INTs on top of it. That was like a 60-yard field goal with Steven Hauschka. That was very impressive. This is how bad Jameis Winston has been in this game. Look how much my game is lagging. That is not you. That is my game that lagged severely, and he threw an interception on the play. Like, yeah. You can tell why these Browns haven't won the game yet, all right? I don't want to put my opponent I'm playing against too far down, but, I mean, come on, man. This is bad. This is really bad. As 4th down and 10, just going for it, because why not, I guess, from his own 16. Not able to get it. He traded for Jameis. It's one thing you trade for a young quarterback like Jameis Winston, but I mean, you got to perform with him as Bronson nearly gets in the end zone. Bronson not able to hit that 100-yard clip, but he is going to get in the end zone for one more touchdown and help the Seahawks offense get 50 points on the board. Once again, in this game, ran the ball for pretty much the entire second half. I don't think we passed the ball at all in the second half of this game, and yeah, I don't think we passed it once in the second half, and that's been the story of us this season. So, I mean, at some point, it would be nice to get into a competitive game. Like, at some point, you know, these 51-3 games, I mean, it helps us get nice stats and all, but it would be nice to get into a competitive game. Now, I'm not wishing us to lose or anything like that, but, I mean, it does make the game of Madden fun. At some point, just like, all right, you know. But we're 6-0 on the season, so we can't really complain too much. Leave a like in the video if you guys enjoyed it. We didn't get Bronson over 100 yards, but, I mean, still a pretty productive day on the ground nonetheless. And hopefully we can make a push for Offensive Rookie of the Year. So leave a like in the video if you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe for more. I'll probably do more 2-in-1 videos, especially if games end up like this for the CFM for this season. And on that note, I'll catch you guys next time.